The season premiere of Monday Night Raw with a brand new roster. The first time Raw's had their roster since the WWE draft, and it was good. WWE establishing a main event scene is exactly what they needed to do. But this is things you might have missed, and before we get started, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate you all dropping that subscription, and make sure you like the video too. We started off Raw this week with Big E. And Big E obviously complimented the new King of the Ring, Xavier Woods. No one tell Big E that Xavier Woods didn't compliment him during his coronation. But we very quickly established a main event scene on Raw. And this is what Raw desperately needed. Owens, Mysterio, Rollins and Balor coming out was great. And the fact that all of them had history with Seth was really cool. Obviously, Rey Mysterio coming out, dropping a reference to the eye for an eye match. That was fun. And Finn Balor as well, putting that dig in about the fact he was the first Universal Champion. He always beat Seth Rollins for it. And of course, Kevin Owens just came out and practically called Seth Rollins Cruella de Vil. I mean, I can definitely see the likeness, so Owens isn't lying. Talking of Owens, who noticed that he was headbutting the ladders on his entrance to the ring? And well, it kind of did leave him a little bit busted open. I don't know if that was intentional. But the main event itself was really, really good. Everybody got a massive focus and a fatal four-way was great. Who saw Finn Balor's eyes after the curb stomp? Look at that selling, it's amazing. And with table spots and a huge ladder spot with Kevin Owens crashing and burning, the match had everything. But it was the visionary Seth Rollins who got the contract, retrieving that, and now will officially have a match for the WWE title against Big E. That will be fun. Who noticed Rey Mysterio on the outside of the ring, though, just chewing his gum after Seth won? I thought that was quite funny. And we can't not mention the fact Big E took watching television from the side to a whole new level this week. He literally had his back to the monitor. That's insane. Here is The Miz as Pinhead. Yep, I bet that wasn't a line you was expecting tonight. Obviously, this is because of Dancing with the Stars. Miz posted these pictures to Twitter earlier on today. And we keep talking about Miz being dressed up because of Dancing with the Stars. And why not? Honestly, they look amazing. He is a Raw superstar, so makes plenty of sense to talk about it. And everyone's still talking about Alexa Bliss too. And this week on Raw may be a massive hint as to what's next for her. In the title of Monday Night Raw, in the video they play before the show, this image of Alexa Bliss is shown. And with everyone wondering what's next for Alexa, this may be the biggest hint because this is an updated video package. These have the new superstars, the new roster involved. And the fact they're still using the Alexa Bliss at dark and creepy may be a massive hint of how she's going to return to Monday Night Raw. The man, Becky Lynch, came around this week, the new Raw Women's Champion. And of course, she definitely colour coordinated her outfit with Seth this week. Both wearing black and white. Had to be mentioned. But of course, Becky spoke about Crown Jewel. She spoke about other stuff, but she didn't mention Charlotte Flair. And you can't say I blame her. Becky staying professional, but this has been the hot topic this weekend for sure. Obviously, Charlotte Flair disrespecting the championship, disrespecting Becky Lynch in this segment, having the big argument backstage. But one of the other news stories from this weekend was the fact that apparently Charlotte Flair wanted to lose the title to Bianca Belair last week on Raw. Now, that didn't happen, but it kind of now makes sense why. Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch is the feud WWE have been building to since Becky Lynch returned at SummerSlam. And of course they did capitalise on that this week with a big beatdown, a big brawl. And you know Bianca Belair kind of needs to win the title from Becky if she's going to win it. The match with Becky has to happen over Charlotte Flair for sure. And with Becky accepting Bianca's challenge, we got it officially announced on Raw that next week the Raw Women's title is on the line as Becky Lynch will defend against Bianca Belair. That's a hell of a main event. But it's now time for you all to watch me. So Liv did appear in a segment backstage this week, obviously with other WWE female superstars when Queen Zelina Vega was getting her coronation. She did wear the outfit she teased on Twitter, the Chucky outfit, which I thought was quite cool. Here's some images that she posted to Twitter during Raw. Damn, that outfit looks good.
Hey, Carmella. Wanna play?
Well, unfortunately, Carmella did want to play and wore that stupid mask again. And although Liv did look good throughout this match, Carmella did once again get the victory. And of course, everyone's pissed, and I understand why, but you've got to understand why. Look at the size of those diamonds! You know, the ones on the mask, of course. But while we're on the subject of Liv Morgan's Chucky gear, Chucky is the special guest tomorrow night for NXT Halloween Havoc. I can't wait for that show. Only one thing this week could top that.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands.
Damian Priest has a whole new entrance song, a whole new entrance, and a new character, and it's really, really interesting. I like this a lot. Of course, even the name graphic that comes up during his entrance had the difference between hell and light, and I like this a lot. I think this is indication that Damian Priest can be evil and cool and good at the very same time. And I think this is a really good move for the former Archer of Infamy. That character seems to be dead. I don't know why, but maybe because it didn't hit home on the main roster the way they wanted it to, possibly. But this character was cool. We did see him in a match tonight on Raw against T-Bar. A very good match. But we then saw Damian Priest snap. He completely lost it. And I think this is that evil side of Damian Priest. You saw the anger, the rage. And you know what? It's very rare for a babyface to have that kind of attitude. So I really like this. This is cool. And it's not in-your-face supernatural stuff that WWE sometimes gets very wrong. This was actually really cool. The same with Bearcat Keith Lee. Keith Lee has this new gimmick, and WWE are really invested in it. Tonight, he had a match with Cedric Alexander, and he looked dominant. And that's exactly what it should be. But there was a tease at the end with Shelton Benjamin. A lot of people on Twitter are wondering the fact they didn't brawl. Why? Could it be Keith Lee joins the Hurt Business? I think that would be hella fun, right? R-Truth has a new single out. It's called Legacy. If you haven't heard it yet, search it up. It's really good, actually, so make sure you do that. I just wanted to advertise it. Again, he's a Raw superstar. But the other hot topic this week was Queen Zelina Vega, the coronation of the only queen. I thought that might have been a little dig at Charlotte Flair, but I love the fact she made Mike Rome actually advertise her again as the queen, the one true queen. And although she sort of went into a British accent for some reason, she really cut a very good promo. I don't think we've had many Zelina Vega promos, so this was a rare treat, and it was actually really good. RK Bro were on Raw, and they did defend the Raw tag titles against the Dirty Dogs. The Dirty Dogs earlier on night earning the opportunity, which makes perfect sense, and I'm glad it wasn't a straight rematch, and they looked really good in the tag match, although it was RK Bro who retained, obviously. We had a video package for Veer, and Veer is coming. And you know what? I'm into this. I'm interested to see how they use him. Obviously, as a single star, that's going to be interesting. But let's see what WWE can do. The video package made him look dominant. So very interested to see what's next. There was a cool match between Dominic Mysterio and Austin Theory as well. And again, this is the future of WWE. WWE seemingly putting that actual emphasis on future superstars, the superstars of tomorrow. And that's great. Obviously, Austin Theory picking up the big win. Absolutely no idea why he then took a selfie with the referee. But as Corey Graves says, it was the best night of that referee's life. I do think Raw this week was very good. A very structured show very good wrestling matches, which is great. An emphasis, as we spoke about earlier, on new, young superstars. And they made sure you know who the main event scene is, with opportunities still to come for other superstars who didn't win. We got characters being born and driven this week, which is exactly what the show needed. And the setup for next week, perfect. Overall, I think Raw was a very solid 9. I think it was a damn good show. I think the only thing that would have happened is if you got an OMG debut or something. But that's just my thought. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you next time. Check out the video Wednesday. Peace!